Hello, Ricky D.
What's
How are you
up, Big
doing?
D?
I am
How are you?
great. I'm doing good.
Yeah,
It's been dreary here. I don't know
you're
how it is.
looking good. Yeah, it's been sunny here, so you guys are about a day behind us, so you should have a sunny day tomorrow.
Well, that's good because it's been like
But
Seattle here this weekend.
yeah, I had baseball practice that was canceled.
Ah, what's
Did I
that?
tell you
So
I'm playing
baseball.
baseball?
You
Did I
did.
say I play baseball?
You did. How's that going?
Good, good. I had a game Thursday night. Went 0 for 2, but I hit it up the middle, but the second baseman was there. But I was happy that I made contact. So.
Nice.
Yeah,
Good
it's
on.
not easy. It's not easy. This guy had a pretty good curveball.
I know nothing about baseball. I know.
No, it's been fun to do because it's been something I've just been working at, going to the batting cage, hitting a
Yeah,
tee in my yard. It's been fun practicing and being on a team again.
that's cool.
You know what I'm
Cool.
saying? It's like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
whole, yeah, it's great. It's cool,
Do,
man.
do they make you run laps if you're bad?
No, they wouldn't. I would just be running constantly. It happens. I'm getting better, less errors.
Yeah, yeah.
It's an ongoing process, but yeah, I almost quit after my first practice, but
Really?
I already paid the money,
Oh man,
and
that's rough.
I'm glad I didn't, for real, because that was
Oh,
3
that's
years
good.
ago. That was 3 years ago, and I was like, what the heck were you expecting, moron?
Oh, you've been playing for 3 years.
Yeah, this is the start. Well, this is two. This is the start of my third.
Oh, nice, nice.
So I was like, what were you thinking, idiot? Were you thinking you were going to go out there and like just start hitting homers out the park? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
come on, you know what I mean?
You're like, I'm
I
gonna
was like, oh
rule.
yeah.
I'm
Fielding
gonna
is
rule
hard
with
as
this
well.
sport.
Fielding is not easy as well.
I bet.
Um, but
Well, good
we
on
have
you.
practice and stuff. So
That's awesome. Well, good on you. That's cool. I don't
anyway,
do
I
that.
also watched a movie called Heat.
Yes, I watched two movies called Heat.
I heard. Which one do you like better?
Do you really want to know now, or should I tell you after?
You can tell me at the end because
Okay.
I already know which one. Burt Reynolds is a god.
Yeah. Well, that you should really check that movie out. I don't know what year it was made, but there's a that my I told my son that we were going to watch Heat this week and review it, and he got on Tubi, which is the great platform that we watch all of our fantastic movies or not so fantastic movies, which is okay because we didn't have to pay for them.
No, and it's
But anyway,
free, totally free. You can't beat it. A few commercials here and there, but see, yeah. So
so
I saw Heat. Oh boy, I saw it in the theater at Dutch Wonderland with John Sears and my brother.
nice.
Because I'm a weirdo, and I remember that kind of stuff. I remember thinking it was long and boring and not being real into it. However, this time must have been the mood I was in because I was along for the. I really was into it this time.
Well, let me just say. So I told Jonah to watch it, and he was texting me and said he was telling me that like pointing things out that I did not hear in the movie or I did not remember seeing in the movie, and it turns out the Heat we are reviewing was no longer on Tubi, and there is a older Burt Reynolds movie with the same name, which then I also watched after the fact. But so if you'd like to start with what you thought of it, because I've got feelings about it, or do you want me to just go right into it?
No, I like that. It was just. I'll start with mine. I love the realism of the heists, I guess.
Okay.
The realism and the shootouts were fantastic. I like the realism. I felt like it was a camera on the shoulder of these two guys, of Pacino the cop and De Niro, and I felt like it was just kind of a simple tale of good versus evil, really.
All right, I'll give you that. I mean, I won't. I think the heists were the best part, right? Like,
they were.
like, but I mean, it would have made a great mini series. There were so many different things happening that I was waiting for some sort of like major like aha, and it was just like I don't know. I don't know. It was too much. I have
It's a
resentment.
pretty much linear story of how him just basically bringing down De Niro, I guess, right? Is that what happened? That's how it ends,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah. And that would have been cool if it was like an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm. Too much. So that's your problem. It was too long and drawn out and boring with it.
Well, and it went too many different directions. So and also, I mean, I both love and hated Pacino's character, his acting.
I think around this time is when he started going berserk.
Yeah.
He had one line where he just yells it out of nowhere, and I wanted to write it. I forget what it is.
Well, there's
great ass.
Yeah, she's got a great ass.
Yeah. I don't know why, man. I thought that was from Scent of a Woman when he said that.
I thought was he getting ready for Scent of a Woman in this character, because like his behavior made no sense. It would have made more sense if they showed him snorting coke in between these investigations.
So you don't think his motivations made sense at all?
I thought, like, I get it. He was a worn out, like, and like this world of crime and murder was getting to him. But I just thought these outbursts of
ruins relationships that he has.
Yeah, and then his wife.
I mean his job essentially.
Yeah, right. But yes, but then like, yeah, and then there was the other scene when he was talking to that informant, and he was just like, "Give it to me." like give it to me. Whatever.
Out of nowhere screaming. I love that. I know I know what you mean. He'd actually, if you look at his career though, I mean, he did that a heck of a lot. He did that in Scarface.
Yeah.
That whole, that's okay. Another plan out your life. He just started, I don't know, but it's worth watching some more Pacino.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I watched Devil's Advocate recently again, and I love that movie.
But at least in that one, he's supposed to be. He's the devil. So like, okay, like any bizarre behavior.
Yeah.
And even Scent of a Woman, he's a blind like war hero. All right, you've been through some stuff. If you want to hoo-ha and whatever, that's
hoo-ha. That was the one. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe he feels like he needs to do those. I don't know. As an actor for that long of a career, I don't know what goes through your head. I can't even pretend to imagine.
I mean, it was like I said. I mean, I both loved and hated it because it was.
Yeah. See, I dug his performance. I really liked it. In one way, he was really slick and cool, and in other ways, he was a mess.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, yes. Like that clearly was what was going on, but man, it was. And I just do think, like, I watched it. So I watched it 1.5 times or 1 3/4 times. And the first time I started watching it, I was watching it in like half an hour segments because I'd I'd have some time one day and I'd watch it and then I'd stop. And then I thought, hey, man, I am just not getting this. This is just not sticking. So I'm just going to sit down and watch the whole thing. And boy, oh boy, it was frustrating by the end of it for me because I was expecting like all the performances were fine. I just thought like his wife is like cheating on him all of a sudden and I don't know. It just felt like these little bites of different things that didn't seem to be necessary. I don't know. And then the whole Robert De Niro and his girlfriend deal. I thought that was
that's another thing. I don't think he would have came back.
No. And then why would she? So she just watched this thing on TV. This shootout, right? You know what I mean? There's this whole shootout.
Was she okay with it?
He comes home and she's like, "Was that you?" And he's like, "Yeah." And she's just like, "Okay, like I'm really mad at you, but I guess I'll still run away with you." Yeah.
I saw that as possibly nowhere else to go, but yeah, I didn't think she would. That whole subplot, it didn't really work for me either. I think she would have been freaked and not been with him, not gone on a vacation with him.
Exactly.
Not after that. Yeah, I understand. And then him going back for her is what brought him down. Then he would have been. I think he probably would have. They would have got out. Probably he would have got away.
Okay. So then that's the other thing. One of the crew is apparently a serial killer that we only know about because he killed one underage prostitute, and then they just said like, "Oh, it's just like all the other ones." So we got a serial killing here. Okay, like that guy sucked, and I'm glad De Niro killed him. But like,
he was the guy who caused the person to get shot in the opening, the opening heist or robbery or whatever.
Right. So like if he wouldn't have gone back to get that guy, he would have been home free. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't hear much from him again, do you? You find him in a hotel somewhere. What something happened? Oh yeah,
Well,
he gets blown away by De Niro.
Yeah, because De Niro's on his way to the airport. He's home free with his girlfriend, who he's known for seems like 3 days, and he decides she's still going to go away with him, even though she just watched on the news he murdered 1,000 people.
Yeah, I mean that was a pretty violent shootout. I'm sure the footage would have been horrible to see on television.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, yeah, just just another day at the job.
Guess what? I'm not in medals.
Yeah.
Sorry to tell you.
So how'd you feel about De Niro in it?
I thought he was all right. I mean, I thought he was a little bit like I think he was like balancing Pacino. You know what I mean? Like I felt like he was not sleepwalking through it. I thought he did a good job, but it just felt like he was keeping it pretty level. You know what I mean?
Interesting. Yeah, I thought he did good. I thought it was a subtle performance for him.
Yes, yeah, for sure. That was like,
but I thought he was cool.
Yeah,
I thought he was slick. I kind of liked him in this, actually. I did.
Yeah. No, I between the two, I feel like he was definitely the. It's almost, and that was the other thing I thought, is Al Pacino just trying to like outact Robert De Niro here, and Robert De Niro is just like, I'm just going to just do what I normally do.
Yeah. Wow. So we need to look into maybe some Al Pacino later in his career. As it got in, he's on a show right now called Hunters on Amazon, where they hunt down Nazis.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It takes place in 1970s, and like it kind of adds to the conspiracy theory that they all moved to like Buenos Aires, and well, it's not a conspiracy theory. Nazis still did make their way all over the world after,
Right.
And like so they're hunting down Nazis that are still living in like New York City and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Oh,
Pretty
okay.
cool show, but he plays a rabbi-ish, not really a rabbi, I think, but like a Hasidic Jew type character, and his accent can get a little grating.
Oh, okay.
A little grating. He's like, it's muscles and the Francis. I'm like, but yeah, I don't know though. But he's Pacino, buddy. He's come on.
Nah, I don't think the style, like. Yeah, I just don't think the style of this movie, and if it's the guy that made Miami Vice, like, I mean, it just felt a little bit like, yeah, it's just a lot going on, and just kind of like, and I'm not saying it's not like good, it just, man, it was just too many things. Like I said, it would have made a great miniseries.
What I think you're saying is, actually, because I don't think there's too much going on, but I think what you're saying is there's a lot going on, but not much is going on.
Yeah. That's a good way of putting it.
You know what I mean? So there's a lot going on here, but again, and I kind of was into it.
Yeah.
Just the good guy versus the bad guy.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it was straight up cat and mouse. I get it. And like, I'm like, yeah, I get the whole story, but yeah, I think you're right. I think that's a great way of putting it. There's a lot going on, but not a lot going on at the same time. Like it just felt like, I don't know. And then the whole Natalie Portman thing, like
unnecessary.
Yeah.
Unnecessary. Yeah. I don't know why they threw a troubled teenager into the mix, but
right.
And she, yeah, I see it. To me though, the characters were fleshed out. They weren't, his whole relationship. It might have been a little much, excessive, but really, him and De Niro's characters, I thought, were really kind of fleshed out nicely. His especially. They showed maybe a little too much of the family, like you said.
Yeah. Yeah, and
I don't know.
I'll give you that. I'm not saying that. It's almost like, yes, it's like there was almost like a lot about these characters, but not really see anything happening with these characters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, it all revolves around the robbery.
Right.
So let's talk about the robberies a little bit. I think they're pretty cool. They seem legit, pretty realistic.
Yeah, for sure. The opening the opening heist.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Really did that, yeah.
But yeah, shot realistically, kind of nice, pretty decent.
Yeah.
That's the one where the long-haired cowboy serial killer just shoots that guy for no reason, right?
Right. Yeah, because he was making a movie set. But yeah, yes, that's sort of what blew this whole. Well, it set the whole scene for the story, because if he wouldn't have done that, I don't think it would have been quite the same story. You know what I mean?
Did they get approached by who did they get approached by for the big heist, the big one? How did they get into it? De Niro went and met someone, correct?
Oh yeah, he was working with John Voight, right?
Oh my God, I forgot all about John Voight. I love John Voight.
I mean, also I felt like I thought he was fine. I thought his
boy, he looked like a slime ball. He played a slime ball so well.
Yeah. The mustache.
I told you about Midnight Cowboy, right? That I just recently saw.
Yeah.
You gotta see it. Huh?
Where was it? Where'd you see it?
Midnight Cowboy.
Yeah, where'd you watch
it? I watched it upstairs in the bedroom while my wife was downstairs working.
Oh, on what? What did you watch? On Tubi.
On Tubi. Oh, you did. I watched it on Tubi, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I watched not to take a side story here. I watched Raging Bull yesterday for the first time.
I haven't seen it since film school. Was it good?
I liked it. I mean, it's
you effed my wife. You effed my wife. You effed my wife.
Yeah, it's contradictory to everything I just said about this movie, because there's really like, I don't know. It's a different story though. You know what I mean?
I read or watched an interview with Scorsese where he said that he only did Raging Bull for De Niro. He didn't really want to do it, and De Niro really wanted it, and he did it for him.
Oh, interesting.
And De Niro ended up winning the Oscar.
I thought Joe Pesci was great. I mean, I thought that
nominated. I'm not sure if he won.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, but anyway, back to Heat. You're making good points. I don't disagree with the things you're saying. It just wasn't my.
And if you're not into it, you're not into it. You don't. Yeah,
I wanted to be. You know what I mean? I was like.
I think it was the mood I was in, because literally everything I watched at that time was like crime, noir. I don't know. I went through I don't know. A lot of it is, but I don't know. I really liked it this time, man.
Oh, good. I mean, and I thought it's like the greatest cast of all time too. You know what I mean? If you're into this,
what'd you think of Val? Val was good, underused maybe a little.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just gonna say, I think Val Kilmer was like that really could have been I think he did a great job, but it could have been anybody. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't think it was very. I don't know. I just.
Well, it's funny now that you mention it. I mean, he told Val over and over again, no attachments. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's why he was always checking on the family. You guys doing okay? Because if that family goes down, boom, he has nothing to live for. Well, he has this. He doesn't want his partner or coworker to, not give a crap anymore. So he needs to maintain some. But he actually went down on his own advice, though. Actually, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly. But then he held to it. The last second there, he was ready to get back in the car with her, and he turned away. You know what I mean? He comes out of the hotel after killing that guy, and he's about ready.
De Niro. We're talking about De Niro.
Yeah. And he turns away.
Oh, at the end.
Yeah. But then I guess so does Val Kilmer. He does the same thing. She. But
she sticks up for him. She doesn't betray him.
No. Yeah, she lets him know that there's trouble.
Mm-hmm. And then he gets out. Yeah, I don't know. I understand. Maybe a little too long. You would have liked it if it was an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff you could have cut out, and I'm not trying to be short attention span. I just didn't think, like I said, I think it is this director's style, and I don't think I've cared for other things that I've seen that he did, because you mentioned the one with Tom Cruise.
Mm-hmm. Collateral.
I don't think I like that one either. So.
Well, it's shot well.
Yeah.
LA looks cool. I remember thinking LA looks so cool in this movie. They made LA look cool.
Yeah, and maybe that was part of it too. I think I like New York as a crime scene or a crime story better than LA. You know what I mean? I did really like the shot where Al Pacino gets helicoptered to a car to get behind De Niro, to pull him over, to ask him if he would have a cup of coffee with him.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was outrageous, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, they didn't really have anything on him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. But I thought that was like a pretty, that was a great way of establishing almost like the respect for each other. You know what I mean? Sort of like setting up like, yeah, I know who you are and you know who I am and we have a job to do. You know what I mean?
And one way or another, this is going to go one of a few ways.
Right. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I love the movie.
All right. Well, I didn't care for it, but I will respect the lore of it, but yeah, unfortunately, it is no longer on Tubi.
No longer on Tubi, but it'll probably be back by popular demand.
Yeah, probably. And
I don't know what kind of deals they have. I've noticed a lot of what's on Tubi is on Amazon right now as well.
Oh, okay, all right, that's good to know.
Heat, I looked. You got to buy it as well.
Yeah, well, I'm glad I didn't. Now, let's talk about Burt Reynolds. You got to check out Burt Reynolds' Heat. It is so bad.
Womanizing?
No, man. It is like, I think this is in probably some point of his life where he just needed to make money. Mm-hmm. And it was just like, it is, oh my God. It is horrible. I mean, it's funny because there's shockingly like B-listers in this movie. Like you'll recognize a lot of people. Mm-hmm. Boy, oh boy. I mean, he slashes someone's face with a credit card. Just slashes it.
I got to see it. No, he was great. I watched some old 70s ones with him around the time of Smokey and the Bandit when he was big on those. And like, they were goofy, man. They were wild. It was pretty funny though, but not politically correct in the slightest, but he was just.
Yeah. No, I mean, no slight of this movie was definitely just you could tell it was just like, oh boy, I guess he's got alimony to pay or something because it is rough. And like the closing scene, I mean, spoiler alert, the closing scene was clearly added because you can tell it's a different time period. He has a tan throughout the whole movie, and then the final scene he has no tan and he lost weight. So.
Well, good for him.
No, it's funny. So.
I'll have to. Is it worth watching?
I mean, if you want a good chuckle, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot going on in that movie too. But
I'll have to check that out. Possibly, but yeah, there's one I watched called Gator. If you come across it, it's pretty entertaining.
Oh yeah, I saw that on there. Yeah.
It reminded me of like a Smokey and the Bandit.
Okay.
He's like just the outlaw, doesn't give a crap. All the cops are idiots.
Yeah.
And he just basically there's car chases.
Nice.
But it's cool, but they're pretty cool actually. I love the practical 70s car chases where you can tell they're set up forever and the dudes jump off the thing, like they're all just perfectly choreographed. I love that stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And there's a lot, remind me Dukes of Hazzard-esque kind of stuff.
Yeah, that was really like big rigs and car stunts. That's like the late 70s, early 80s, man. That is that is Hollywood. that was Marvel. That was the Marvel verse at that time. You know what I mean? Like that's what everyone wanted to do. So
yeah, it was muscle cars and oh, Damien. Well, we need to talk about what we're going to do next, and we will. But I think we have a pretty good idea already, unless it's not on Tubi anymore. But we'll take a look.
Oh wait, so we're talking about Point Break?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Got to give it another.
Let's do it. I've never watched it. I've never seen it. I know. You can judge me. I deserve it.
Oh, you're in for a treat, my friend. Gary Busey's in it. Did you know that?
Oh, I don't think I did. I knew it was.
He's Keanu Reeves' partner in the FBI. Oh, you'll know what I mean. You'll know what that the way I said that, you'll see what I mean after you watch. Yeah, I love Keanu, but he's got some trouble with some line delivery at times.
All right, yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's so good. Yep. So
All right.
you're lucky.
You wish you were me, right?
You
You wish you were me that you never saw it.
I've seen it way too many times. There's a line where Busey says, "When I was investigating when you were crapping in your hands and wiping it on your face." Well, I've been watching Point Break since you was crapping on your hands and wiping it on your face. He literally says that to him at one point when they're talking about, his case or whatever. So
that's funny. Well, yeah, I look forward to it, and yeah, that's next on our list to do, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was pointing out to me that we need to come up with a. Well, okay, so first, before we forget, give this one a grade. What do you give Heat?
What are we doing? Letter again or what?
Yeah, like a report card.
Huh?
Report card.
Okay. Yeah, give it a solid B.
Right. I'll give it a C minus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a good B for me.
Yeah. All right. B for you, C minus for me.
All right. I thought you would go less. C minus. I thought you would go way less. Way less.
Well, I can't. I mean, at the end of the day, somehow you got all these amazing actors together to make this movie.
Yeah.
And I didn't care for the length of it, but in general, it was a good effort, right?
Mm-hmm. But there were a lot of things that happened, but not much going on, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I agree. I was just into it.
Yeah.
I was just into it. I don't know. I'd love to be a bank robber.
It seems stressful to me.
It does. I mean, attachments. It's the attachments that'll get you.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you got to be able to drop everything in 30 seconds if the heat's coming around the corner.
Till next time, buddy.
Till next time. Have a good one.
See ya.
Bye.